It's another video from Ozzy's Robot. Brought to you by the Banana Collection.
Boop-be-doodly-doo, bom, 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 bom. Hey, everyone, welcome back, and come on in. It's that toy guy, that once in a blue moon has astronaut toy videos, and today is one of those days. So, as always, before we get rolling, kick back in your most comfy, cozy chair, preferably a Barco lounger of some type, or a revolving stool, which I also like. Grab your steaming, delicious, sweltering cup of coffee, if it's morning where you're at, or maybe afternoon. Hell, if it's my son, he'll drink coffee like up until the minute he goes to sleep, I think. And now focus, pay attention, maybe grab a snack. I am working on some green tea. Haven't even opened it yet, but I will. And I will regale you with the Space Commando with a wind-up motor. Now, this is a name that probably sounds like a toy G.I. Joe. Who makes a G.I. Joe? Hasbro? This would be a good G.I. Joe name, right? G.I. Joe Space Commando version. I think they did have Commando versions of G.I. Joe. But this isn't one of them. This is a beautiful tin toy. And, I've, believe it or not, I don't think I've ever had this box before. So we start off with that. This is by Nomura T&N Company. I think my lenses are getting a little wonky. Let me pick up this. It's a little bit easier. I do love the lettering there. It looks like a movie marquee with a wind-up neck. Look at that Saturn, beautiful Saturn. And here is your astronaut with his space rifle. What is that yellow thing? I guess that's just a light. And here is the side. Oh, look, there's the logo right there. So I guess you could open up this box. Look, he's got like a space camera over there. So I bet you a lot of people won't show you that. So he's got a space camera. That's yellow must be its tripod. So while he's recording, he's carrying his nifty space rifle. The end panel is just black. So this is really one big art piece that they folded into a box configuration, which is pretty cool. I like that. That's how I like my boxes, a giant piece of art that you can fold over and make it into a box. The toy itself, I've had this toy a million times, man, but never a great one. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I bought this only because I didn't have the box. I don't think I've ever had this original box before. It's not in like the greatest shape, but it's pretty solid. I'd say it's at least 7.5. This box is it's been tough for me to find for whatever reason. So I think I unveiled it in my live stream. And when I bought it, it didn't have a dome in it on the toy. And then I opened the box and there was a broken dome. This dome is broken. I will show you. But it had a dome in the box. I was so stoked because the one side of the dome isn't too bad. But here's the astronaut. Now, here's a serious question for you. When our astronauts, like Neil Armstrong, went to the moon or into space, were they carrying firearms? Were they carrying weapons like this? I've never bothered to even think about that. But, the more I see these toys, they always had weapons on them. But I'm wondering, did NASA, did any of our space or military agencies ever feel, hey, we better arm these astronauts, because you know what? You never know. They might encounter some weird alien life form out there. It's interesting, right, to think about. Here's the Nomura logo. Where is Andrew? You're supposed to be answering that. Anyway, because they did reproduce this. And I'm sorry, I was distracted by that phone call. But anyway, so the size of the reproductions are different anyway, but they don't have the...
It's just nothing. They hung up their phone.
Okay, well, I'm in the middle of a video. Now you're interrupting my video.
Hello, people, video people.
Well, next time answer the phone quicker, so I don't have to hear it ringing on the video. Anyway, sorry, my loyal audience, for that rude interruption.
There we go.
They hung up probably because you didn't pick it up quick enough. Anyway, As I was saying, so you got nice, kind of, you don't see too many gray and brown color schemes. With the red, it looks good. The old ratchet feet down there. Couple of dials. Not super detailed, but I do like the face. See if I can get, I don't know, man. I think my camera lenses are getting played out. There we go. Very stoic, but kind of crude. Maybe this was late 50s. I don't know, you know, early 60s, late 50s is my guess. Or maybe, well, yeah, like it could be, my range for this would be 57 to 61. That's my age range. And by the way, he's got like brown feet. And this is kind of like the same size as the porthole robot and those other astronauts. So he's pretty cool. Now, the dome doesn't look bad, but here it's missing like a huge chunk. But you know what? I don't even think it's that bad. It, you know, looks like it's the original dome. Got a little crack across the front here, but you know, nothing I'd go crazy. I might, you know, see if somebody makes a complete reproduction. But anyway, what you want to know is, does this thing work? Because I want to know myself. So let's wind it up. Well, he's not breaking the Bonneville Salt Flat record anytime soon. But, you know, we'll give it one more go. He doesn't even have a lot of... No on-off switch. You have one arm movement there. The gun arm is the one that should move. I mean, that's the one that if I was a kid, I'd want to see the arm with the rifle move, but for whatever reason, they decided to put the weapon on the stationary arm. But you know what? The fact that this nearly 70-year-old toy is still working at all is pretty much a miracle, if you ask me. If any of you know the exact year, but I am guessing like later 50s on this, just the style of the box, the style of the astronaut, the colors, it's not some of the garish, bright colors. You know, let me know what you would do. Would you change? Would you put a reproduction dome? Or would you just leave this broken dome that exposes this poor guy to the cosmic rays and the solar rays and all the radiation in general? I don't know. It's a tough call, man. But anyway, that's a look at your Space Commando by Nomura. I guess I finally added another one of this style to the collection and finally got a box, I think. To my knowledge, this is the first original box one I got, and it was very reasonably priced with a dome that wasn't even disclosed, and I'm happy to have. So with that, let me know what you think. Always appreciate your comments. By the time you see this, I will have taken a pretty epic trip, which I will probably discuss on a live stream. And I can't give you any details because it's very secret. So with that, thanks for your time, my friends, and I will talk to you later.